You must have heard of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but have you ever heard of Snow White and the Seven Sins? If not, we present you the fairy tale from Group 1, Snow White and the Seven Sins. In a peaceful kingdom, there once lived a princess named Snow White. She possessed extraordinary beauty, with skin as white as snow and hair as black as the night. Yet, beneath that beauty lay a heart as cold as ice, filled with a deep-seated thirst for vengeance.
After the death of her mother, the king remarried a new queen, a woman full of pride and arrogance. Snow White's stepmother felt threatened by the princess' beauty and sought to get rid of her through cunning and cruelty. But Snow White was not a weak girl. After years of mistreatment, her heart was consumed by deep hatred.
One night, while the queen was asleep, Snow White sneaked into her stepmother's bedroom. Carrying a knife with a gaze full of hatred, she plunged the knife into the queen's heart. Blood pooled across the floor while Snow White stood motionless, an eerie satisfaction coursing through her as she exacted her revenge for all the suffering she had endured. However, such a grievous act could not remain hidden.
The king found his wife's lifeless body and learned of Snow White's deed. Filled with rage and sorrow, the king decided to punish his daughter. He commanded his soldiers to take Snow White deep into the forest and leave her there without food or protection.
In the dark and frigid woods, Snow White wandered aimlessly, her hunger gnawing at her and exhaustion weighing her down. Days passed and Snow White began to feel madness creeping into her mind, and eventually she stumbled upon a small house nestled in the heart of the forest.
With the last of her strength, she approached the house and entered. Inside, Snow White found 7 dwarfs living there. They were shocked to see a princess lost in the woods and kindly offered her food and a place to rest. However, the hunger Snow White had endured had transformed her into a bloodthirsty creature. When night fell and the dwarfs were asleep, Snow White's dark instinct took over. In a half-conscious state driven by madness, Snow White attacked them one by one, devouring their bodies in uncontrollable rage. By morning, only blood and the remnants of the dwarf remained in the house. Snow White, no longer the beautiful and innocent princess, stood amidst the blood-stained floor and clothes, feeling a twisted satisfaction that her hunger had been sated.
Madness and darkness had completely consumed her. Snow White had turned into a serial killer, unhesitating to face on human flesh. She becomes a terrifying legend of the beautiful princess who devoured humans, vanishing into the shadow and turning into a haunting folk